Breaking news, you're looking at video of one of the last times Oscar winner Gene Hackman, a known recluse in recent years, was seen in public. As we're learning incredible new details this hour about the circumstances surrounding his death. His front door open, scattered pills on the bathroom countertop, one dog dead in the closet, two still alive on the property.
The recent discovery of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa in their Santa Fe home sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. While initial reports focused on the circumstances of their deaths, medical examiners have now revealed a heartbreaking detail that adds a profound layer of tragedy to the acclaimed actor's final days. The advanced state of Alzheimer's disease documented in Hackman's autopsy suggests he may have spent his last week alive without him even comprehending that his wife had died, repeatedly experiencing the trauma of finding her unresponsive only to forget and rediscover the devastating scene again and again, a phenomenon experts describe as living in a reel. The grim discovery.
Cause of death for Mr. Gene Hackman, aged 95 years, is hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor.
When security personnel at Santa Fe's exclusive gated community conducted a welfare check on February 26th, they made a disturbing discovery through the windows of Gene Hackman's residence. Inside lay the bodies of the 95-year-old Oscar winner and his 65-year-old wife, Betsy Arakawa, in separate areas of their home. According to official reports, both were found in advanced stages of decomposition, indicating they had died days earlier. What initially appeared, quote, suspicious enough to launch an investigation soon revealed a more complex and heartbreaking scenario. Hackman's body was discovered in a mudroom near the kitchen with his cane and sunglasses nearby, suggested he had collapsed while moving through his home. Arakawa was found in the bathroom with scattered pills on the nearby counter. Adding to the tragedy, investigators discovered one of the couple's 3 dogs, Zina, dead inside a crate near Arakawa's body, while their other 2 dogs, Bear and Nikita, were still alive and roaming the property. The scene prompted immediate questions about what had occurred in the secluded $3.8 million residence where the intensely private couple had lived for decades. Santa Fe County Sheriff Adin Mendoza's team conducted a thorough search of the residence, collecting 2 cell phones, medications for blood pressure and thyroid issues, and a monthly planner. No surveillance cameras were found on the property, leaving investigators to piece together the couple's final days through medical evidence and limited external contact. The lack of signs of forced entry or struggle quickly ruled out foul play, directing the investigation towards natural causes despite the unusual circumstances. The investigation reflected the couple's intensely private nature. As Sheriff Mendoza noted, quote, I think everybody here understands that they were very private individuals and a very private family. The medical timeline revealed. After extensive examination, Dr. Heather Jarrell, New Mexico's chief medical examiner, delivered shocking findings about the couple's deaths. Far from dying simultaneously, the autopsy results revealed that Arakawa and Hackman had died approximately a week apart, painting a disturbing picture of Hackman's final days. According to the medical examiner's report, Arakawa likely died around February 11th, the last date she was known to be alive in town, from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare respiratory illness with a mortality rate between 38 to 50%. Dr. Aaron Phipps, the state public health veterinarian, explained that while the main residence showed low risk for hantavirus exposure, other structures on their property displayed signs of rodent entry. Hantavirus is transmitted through exposure to infected rodent droppings, urine, and saliva, initially presenting with flu-like symptoms before rapidly progressing. Dr. Jarrell explained that at that stage, a person could deteriorate rapidly and might pass away within 24 to 48 hours without medical intervention. He mentioned it was fairly common to find someone collapsed on the floor during what could be described as a terminal event, which he suggested might have been the case in this instance. Hackman's death occurred approximately a week later, around February 18th, as determined by the last recorded activity on his pacemaker. His autopsy revealed significant heart disease as the primary cause of death, with advanced Alzheimer's disease listed as a contributing factor. Unlike his wife, Hackman tested negative for hantavirus. The medical investigation revealed additional disturbing details about his final days. There was no food in his stomach at the time of death, indicating he had not eaten recently, though tests showed no signs of dehydration. Sheriff Mendoza confirmed there was no evidence of a caretaker present at the home during this period. Dr. Jarrell noted the man had been in extremely poor health, suffering from severe heart disease, which he believed ultimately caused his death. The timing of their deaths would prove crucial in both uncovering the tragedy and determining the distribution of the couple's substantial estate. The Alzheimer's reality. The most troubling revelation from the autopsy came when Dr. Jarrell addressed whether Hackman was aware of his wife's passing during his final days. She explained the question was difficult to answer, but mentioned that he'd been in an advanced stage of Alzheimer's, making it quite possible he was unaware she had passed away. The statement revealed a chilling glimpse into the harrowing reality Hackman likely endured during his final week. Catherine V. Pearsall, Ph.D., an occupational therapist with extensive experience in dementia care, painted a vivid picture of these days, describing Hackman's experience with the haunting phrase, living in a reel. She described how Hackman might have tried to wake his wife but failed, only to be distracted by one of the dogs or something in another room. Later, he would return to find her on the ground again, reliving the painful discovery repeatedly. This cruel cycle of discovery, distraction, and rediscovery likely replayed relentlessly throughout his final days. Dr. Brendan Kelly, a neurologist specializing in memory and cognition at UT Southwestern Medical Center, offered insight into why Hackman may have been unable to call for help despite the emergency situation. Quote, a person might feel worried or frightened, but at the same time they might not be capable to take the actions that you or I might normally think to do in order to alleviate that worry or concern, such as calling someone else or going to speak to a neighbor. People with advanced Alzheimer's disease experience a profound disconnection between their emotional state and their ability to act upon it. While they continue to feel emotions like fear, grief, and confusion, they lack the cognitive capacity to process these feelings or take appropriate action. The disease destroys the brain's ability to recognize environmental cues, follow logical sequences, or maintain attention on tasks. Ms. Pearsall elaborated that people with advanced Alzheimer's often lose the ability to recognize environmental cues such as light and darkness, which complicates their ability to determine when to eat, sleep, or bathe. She explained that at this stage of dementia, those cues are frequently no longer accessible. The lack of food in Hackman's stomach suggests he may have forgotten to eat during this period, which would have further compromised his already fragile health. Dr. Kelly noted that missing meals increases confusion and agitation in Alzheimer's patients, creating a downward spiral of cognitive function. The private life behind closed gates.
The cause of death for Miss Betsy Hackman, aged 65 years, is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. The manner of death is natural.
Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa had lived in their Santa Fe home for more than 2 decades, deliberately maintaining an intensely private lifestyle far from Hollywood's spotlight. After Hackman's retirement from acting in 2004, the couple retreated further into privacy, rarely making public appearances and living quietly with their 3 dogs. Their seclusion, while providing the privacy they sought, ultimately contributed to the circumstances of their deaths. Without regular visitors or check-ins, the tragedy inside their home went undiscovered for days. According to local resident Jeffrey Gomez, it was heartbreaking that he remained alone for such an extended period. Hackman's daughter Leslie reflected on the couple's relationship and expressed heartfelt gratitude for her stepmother's devotion to her father, saying that they had shared a wonderful marriage. She credited Betsy with keeping her father healthy and thriving, noting that Betsy cared for him deeply and always prioritized his well-being. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Gene Hackman? Let us know in the comments section below.